How's it going, everybody? It's Matt again. Today we're going to take a look at kind of an older release from NEWAGE. I know this has it's been out for quite a while, but recently I saw that they had actually seriously meant it when they were making the Dinobot combiner. So I just kind of went back and I picked up all of the Dinobots. So probably all throughout this week, whenever this releases, there's probably going to be like a Dinobot week or something. I'm going to review all of the Dinobots before we end up getting those combiner parts to make Volcanicus. But of course, we're going to start off with NEWAGE H44 YMIR, I believe. This is, of course, going to be their Legend Scale Grimlock. So here's the box. Here it is from the front and from the top and from the bottom, side, and back. Nothing super crazy. It is a box. We are also going to get a set of instructions. It's a big sheet of instructions, actually, on this one. And there it is. They are decent enough. We're going to get a bunch of accessories. We're going to get some open hands. They're just static open hands. We're going to get his big gun. It's just, I don't know if it's painted. Nah, it just seems like it's just regular unpainted plastic. We're going to get a fish, probably from one thing he did in one episode, who knows. And we're going to get a sword hilt, and we're going to get a big flame effect. And you can plug that flame effect into the sword hilt and have like a flame sword, which is kind of cool. Kind of wish that we had gotten just like a regular sword with them, but I believe that came with like the shattered glass version or toy version of the mold, but I don't have that, so I just have this version. But here he is in his T-Rex mode. Very cool, very nice, all painted up, very fancy. I like, of course, the painted green, red, and blue on his back. Looks quite good. I put an Autobot symbol on there earlier, so ignore that. But yeah, looks very nice. You can, of course, take his gun and you can plug it into the top of his back there if you want to. You can, of course, put the fish in his mouth. I guess do that one thing from that one episode if you want. You can also open his mouth, and there's this little peg in here that allows you to take this flame effect and put it in his mouth so it looks like he's spitting fire, which is pretty cool. His articulation in this mode, obviously you can open his mouth. His head can go up and down. You can also rotate it at the neck. His arms have a little joint here in the shoulder. You can rotate that all the way around. Got a little pin there for his upper arm, got a pin there for his lower arm, and his hand is on a ball joint. So you can angle it down and around and whatnot. Hit whatever pose you like. His legs can pivot up and down and in and out. There's like a little butterfly joint here, so you can move it however you like. You can also rotate them all the way around. There's a joint here up in the hip, which allows you to get the legs about that far out. There is, I mean, it's kind of weird. There's a reverse joint on the knee, which is kind of bizarre. Would have been nicer if it was around the back, but I guess that would have been a little bit crazier to engineer. The toe does move forward and back, and so does the heel. It's decent enough. The tail actually does move back and forth on these three different points. We have right here at the top, there in the middle, and then there at the tip. So you can actually angle the tail however you want, which is kind of cool. Yeah, decent little articulation, nothing crazy. Let's go ahead and get them transformed. So let's start off, let's get these arms just kind of up and out of the way, angle that up. We're going to, I guess we'll start down here with the legs. Just going to separate this part from the front and the back. This bit right here is going to rotate down to reveal his fist, and then you're going to turn it around all the way. And then this will go back together, and these little pegs will fit into these grooves to kind of collapse it like this to look like his more kind of traditional looking forearm. And then you're going to just push the arm section in like so. Same thing on the other side. Reveal the fist, rotate that part of the forearm around, and then close these panels back up. And there is the arms. And kind of just pull these out to the side for now. And this big center chest panel is going to open up all the way. I'll get these out of the way. And then his legs, you're going to split all the way down. The entire tail section here, this whole thing is going to split in half. All of that's going to split. And then you're going to kind of rotate this whole section out at the thigh. And you're going to angle the tail part at the secondary joint here inwards. And then you're going to take this whole section here and you're going to rotate it at this gray part all the way around like this, and then angle it all the way forwards on that joint that we initially rotated at. So bring this part down, rotate this whole big gray calf section. It has to rotate a certain way, and then angle it back down like this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this little gray section here, angle that in, bring it up. The tip of the tail is going to fold into the remaining part here. And then this is going to come down like this. Just kind of recess into the leg like so. Or what am I missing here? Okay, I see what I missed. So this section here has to rotate up like this and recess into the leg like so. And then that can come up, completing the leg. Same thing on the other side. Bring this down, angle the tip of the tail up, recess in the leg, panel goes in, panel goes up. Then there are the legs. Now the torso section here, you just want to kind of make sure all this is out of the way. With these up, you can now slide the torso section up, I believe. There you go. Slide this whole section up like so. You can bring the arms back up and push them back into place to kind of lock that big yellow chest section where it needs to be. The head can come back down and press down onto that part. These wings will open up. This will come back down. This will flip up. It'll peg into that little hole and then push it back into his torso, and everything is kind of locked into place now. And then just kind of angle his little dinosaur arms however you want to, and pretty much there he is. There is Grimlock in his robot mode. And I do think he looks pretty good. His proportions are a little funky. Oh, I did forget. You have to push the waist section back so it lines up with the abdomen. Proportions are a little funky. I think his head is a little weird looking. He's kind of spindly on the lower section. Obviously, I already have Magic Square's version. I'll show it in the comparison, but I think the proportions on that one probably look a little bit better. But the paint on it is really nice. I really like the painted yellow and everything on the like the gray parts look really good. Obviously, the insides of the legs look absolutely horrible. It just shows all this crap. You do end up getting a cover panel with sludge, so you can cover that up. But I think he looks decent enough. Obviously, he's got the classic Grimlock kibble on the back. It's no real big deal. Oh, and I did forget to mention, you can, he has a gimmick where you can open up the top plate of the dinosaur head and you can rotate this section around to make his eyes red if you want. I did forget to mention that when he was in his T-Rex mode. But that is a thing that you can do. Yeah, I think it looks decent enough. You can, of course, take his gun and put it into his hand. He can hold it just fine. Same thing with his flaming sword. You can put that into his other hand if you would like to do so. You can also Of course, swap out his fists by just pulling them off and putting his other hands in if you'd like. Pop all that back off. All right, so let's get into articulation. So starting at the head, it is on a ball joint. You can rock it back and forth a little bit. Forward, just ever so slightly. Back all the way. You can rotate all the way around. At the shoulders, or rather actually at the wings, you can pivot those in and out and move them up and down on this joint to kind of get them out of the way. At the shoulders, you can of course rotate around all the way. You can angle about that far up on that kind of upper shoulder joint. You can rotate all the way around at the bicep, or rather below it. You have a single joint elbow, but it gets you a little over 90 degrees, which is good. You can rotate at the wrist, of course, because it's just a pin. He does have an ab crunch, and it actually looks quite good. I like the way that they made that. But you can do the ab crunch, you can rotate all the way around to the waist. You can move the front skirt parts out of the way and the back skirt parts, and at the hip you can get that far out. Not quite 90 degrees forwards, which is kind of a shame, and not quite 90 degrees back. You can't get too much crazy movement there. You can, however, rotate at the top of the thigh, but you can't quite go all the way around. You can only do about that. He does have a single joint knee. Actually, no, it is a double joint knee. It's just ever so slightly a double joint, but it gets you about 90 degrees. You can also, there is a little bit of a forwards movement, but it kind of moves the whole thing when you go to move his foot on the toe anyways, and you do have an ankle tilt, which is pretty good. So yeah, nothing crazy, but just good enough to do what you want with him. Let's go ahead and clean him up and we'll do some size comparisons. All right, so starting off the size comparisons, let's show him next to, of course, New Age Cliff Jumper and one of New Age's Carbots. And then how about a Constructicon back there? And let's show him next to Magic Square's leaders. We'll do Optimus Prime, and I'll put Megatron back there. So he's just about right. And let's show him next to this New Age's competition here. Let's show him next to Magic Square's version of Grimlock. And I do personally like the look of Magic Square's Grimlock a little bit more. It seems like it's a little bit more kind of clean and complete, and I think it looks a bit better proportion-wise. But New Age's paint is definitely fantastic. New Age's paint is good, and I think New Age's version is a little bit more fun to mess with. Magic Square's is kind of floppy, and the tolerances aren't the best, and it's a little bit more intricate to transform. But I do think looks-wise, I think Magic Square's appears a little bit better maybe on the shelf. If only we could get Magic Square with the paint that New Age has, and it would be, I think this would be my main choice, but I don't know. I do really like the paint on New Age. All right, and that's going to do it for New Age H44 YMIR, or their Grimlock. Yes, I mean, he's a pretty good figure. It does have some ugliness a little bit with in my personal opinion, the proportions and the insides of the legs. The insides of the legs do get remedied by some add-on parts that you get from a figure later on, which is nice of New Age, but it does kind of, it is pretty ugly up front anyways. The paint is really good on him. It's fun to mess with. The transformation's nice. It is just, I think, a pretty good figure all around. I do just kind of wish that the proportions were a little bit better, but New Age, it doesn't always go for 100% cartoon accuracy, but they do kind of focus on really good paint and playability and fun. So I think that we have succeeded there. It would of course have been nice if we had got just kind of like a standard looking sword on top of also having the flame sword, but you get that with the Shattered Glass version. I believe it includes a different sword, but it's not that big of a deal, I suppose. I believe that like Go Better kits or whatever already made some kind of replacement sword that you can get if you want. So that is available to those that want to spend the extra money to get that. But yeah, so I recommend him. He's a pretty good figure. I mean, of course, he's been out for a while, so I'm sure a lot of people already have this dude anyways, but I'm finally just now taking a look at it, and I'm experiencing for the first time now too. So I can see why people like this guy. But of course, if you watched this far in the video, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. If you want to, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Sorry, there's some mowing going on around where I'm recording. But if you would like to support me, consider becoming channel member, or of course, check out my Patreon, which is linked in the description. It's more for like my 3D models and for 3D printing and stuff like that, but it is probably the best way to support me, so if you check it out, I really appreciate it. But of course, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.